Really proud of our group. I think we played really well on Monday. I think a lot of people told us that. A lot of people told them that. And to our kids' credit, none of that went to their heads. I thought we really continued the momentum, everything that we had rolling on Monday. This was tough. It was a one-day prep. You had to have an off day in between there. So really proud of our group. We had a good day of practice yesterday, and you felt like our kids were locked in. I thought the energy from the crowd was good. Maybe got off to a rough start in the sense that, maybe gave up a couple offensive rebounds and they ding in a couple threes, basically a couple things that we talked about. But after that media timeout, I think we had given up 3 offensive rebounds at that media timeout, and we didn't give up another one for, I think, 20, 22 minutes and gave up 2 total the rest of the way. And, a day that I thought our defense was really good, so they missed a lot of shots. For them to only get 5 offensive rebounds to our 34 defensive rebounds, that hasn't been done here in my time, that's for sure. Yeah, to go plus 25 on the boards while still being plus 7 on the turnovers, I think is really hard to do. I think a lot of that has to do with we forced some misses today, which helped us. I thought we actually rebounded the ball really well on Monday, to be honest with you. I think we were minus 7 if you're just looking at rebounding margin. But I thought we rebounded the ball well while still giving up 16 offensive rebounds. That's one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the country. For us to really lock them down today, keep them to 1 shot. And I thought a lot of those ignited some transition for us and really got our offense going too. Yeah, and that's something we talked about at halftime. It wasn't necessarily by design that we weren't taking as many threes, but I think, it was like, whatever, we were 30% of our shots at that point had come from 3. And that's, I think a lot of people have been in our gym on the opposite of those nights where 2/3 of our shots are going from 3. And so we felt comfortable. We really wanted to kind of try to pepper the basket as best we could. Surprisingly, I guess if you want to use that for us, I thought we were really good with that points in the paint on Monday against a really big team. And we wanted to kind of use that to our advantage again. But to go 40-8, that, again, probably another number that hasn't been done in our time here. Again, I think it's just a little bit of riding that momentum right now, and I think we played really well on Monday. I don't want to make it seem like it was a surprise, but you don't, we were down 9-1 and outscored a really good team on the road by 29 points over the last 35 minutes. Like you don't go into a game expecting that, but just this group has something special. I think we've felt that. It's not every day at practice because there's certainly times that we've kind of have to corral things. I've been doing this long enough to know that we'll be humbled right now at some point, but right now we're playing really well and really looking forward to that test on Clemson on Sunday. They're really good. They're really athletic. She's got a good thing going down there right now with some good young players. So we're going to be tested, and I like where our kids are at right now to answer that. Game plan right now is to take a breath, take a look at, obviously we still made mistakes tonight, but, I think for us, that's a really athletic team. I haven't done the deep dive yet. I know talking with our staff who's kind of watched them a little bit, kind of when you have them early in the season, you have a lot of time in the off season to watch a little bit more on a team. So we've done that with them. We know we're going to be tested with their athleticism. They pressure us probably more than what we've seen so far, and I'm sure we'll see some traps. I thought we handled that well tonight. Maybe we kind of cut back on our heels early when they tried to take Grace away, but that's something that we like to see, to be honest with you. And I think that was something that we really flourished once we kind of were able to go up and down. Yeah, and Amelia, could be starting for a lot of teams out there. Rachel could be starting for a lot of teams. Maggie could be starting for a lot of teams. I think that goes a lot to the depth and really the buy-in that they've had because, those other 5 have played really well together as well. Even go further than that. I think this is probably the best Angel has played over this last week. She's played really well. I thought she had good control of the offense today, did everything we asked her to do, got to the boards, distributed a little bit. So she was playing well. Torrin Rogers, people are going to understand that she's a really, really good player, man. Like, this kid's special. I said earlier, like, we've seen it in practice a little bit, but that move she was about to make was about to show everybody in the gym that nobody else can do that. Nobody else in the gym could do what Torrin was about to do. So really excited about what we have kind of behind them, but really just across the board. When you can really glorify your bench and talk about how well they're playing, while you're still winning, that says a lot about your team. Yeah. I hate to say that anything was negative. I thought we were playing really well. I think the biggest thing we talked about was, we rebounded really well against a really good team on Monday, and we corrected that in the first few minutes today because I didn't think we rebounded very well the first few minutes. And then, you use the numbers, right? We didn't give up an offensive rebound since the media timeout in the first quarter. So we talked about that, kind of let them feel good about it. I really thought we were starting to slip a little bit defensively. I thought we kind of got away from our principles. They hit a few threes, and I think we kind of maybe kind of got a little glued to them a little bit, started giving up some backdoors, some things that I thought Mount was looking for. I thought we obliged and gave them what they wanted. So we kind of had to step back and kind of corral our defense a little bit, but just talked about moving the basketball and kind of getting to our right spots on the offensive end of it. And I thought we did a fantastic job starting the third quarter, especially on our offense.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.